This weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Vinyl Me Please had a great sale. And the sales was 20% off albums unless you spent $125 or more, 40% off. That's pretty awesome, you know. It's like, wow. Got me excited. Not necessarily because of the 40% off. What got me really excited was I have $500 in credit. What can I get if I use that $500 in credit on albums that are 40% off? And so I began. And really, I began a journey of discovery, of frustration, of what are these guys thinking? It was difficult. To use up credits, I had to Google how to use Vinyl Me Please store credits. The reviews weren't very good on Reddit about it, and there was some tips and things, but yeah. Here's the thing, Vinyl Me Please. I've been in Vinyl Me Please for 6, 7 years. I've gotten some great albums from them. And for a while there, I was in 3 of the different clubs. There's like 5, 6 different things that you can get in, from country to rap to classic rock, whatever's the case. And so I've been a part of these and I've enjoyed it, but a lot of times the record of the month I don't want. If I don't want it, I can swap it for another album. Oftentimes I can't find something I really want, or I can go for store credit, swap it for credit, and I do that. And through the years, I've amassed, and I've used some of it, believe me, I've used some of it, but I've amassed over $500 in credit. So when I saw this thing, I go, this should be good. Now, I've worked retail for many years. And in retail, if we have a sale and you have a gift certificate, you have store credit, you come in, you get it for the sale price. It is. It's on sale, so you can purchase it cheaper. That's the beauty of it. That doesn't seem to work with Vinyl Me Please. They want to use my store credit. I had to buy the albums at full price and not at the 40% off. You can't use store credit. I guess. I don't know. It was confusing. The other thing I've had issues is I wanted to buy some of their box sets. I wanted to use store credit. Right in Vinyl Me Please, it says, can't use store credit for box sets. It's the same company. It's, again, you have store credit and you go to a store and you go to Walmart, wherever, and you go, well, I'd like to buy this. Well, I'm sorry, this part of the store you can't use store credit on. Now, sometimes that can be because it's a different vendor, they're renting space. Okay, I get that. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. So I want to show you a little bit about what was going on with Vinyl Me Please here, and the confusion. I've gone down to only 1 subscription now instead of 3. I keep dropping them because I'm not finding much of anything that I really want, and I like the records, but it's just there's so much. What is that about? And they go limit of 200. They're still in there for 40% off. No one bought them. So, and I know they're having some different issues internally. And, like what's going on with them, are they okay? And that's why I'm trying to spend this $500. I'm a little nervous about the company. And if something goes wrong, do you think I'm going to get that 500? I doubt it. You're just SOL, that's called, go bankrupt or whatever. It's gone. So I don't want to lose it. So I'm trying to spend this thing quickly. So I learned a few tips. I can show you some stuff, but there's no reason to make things so difficult. It should be easy, and you should be able to contact someone. And boy, I'm telling you, Vinyl Me Please is rough. So let's take a look. And this is going to be a real primitive, okay? I don't have any fancy setup here, so let's do this. All right, here we go. Look at that. 40% off. Look at that. 40% off. Purchase of $125 or more. Oh, whoa, what the hell? Look at that. It just switched on us. Okay, but we do know that they got a great sale going on right now. And let's just pop over here. Come on. Let's go back to that. All right, Memorial Day sale. So, very exciting. I like that. We're almost out of time. So, when I went into this, I'll shop the sale. And there are several hundred albums in here that you can buy. And we're doing a little download now. Oh, hey, you know what? Before we do that, let's go back here. Let me show you this. Let's get this set up. Okay, so my account, my membership. And here we go. Store credit for purchase, $532. Well, oh look, get 20% off there too. Get 20% off. Man, how exciting is that? So I get credit of 532 bucks. What can I get for that? So now I'm going to go back here and let's just check out shop the sale. Now, to do this, okay, hey, there's literally hundreds. You just have to scroll up. Madhu Mokhtar, man, look at that. That thing's already, we got that on the sale. So some of this is just 20% off, but then they got a regular sale. But you can see they got quite a bit of stuff here. The thing is, you have to keep hitting see more, and then at times what happens is it goes back to the it goes back to the very top, so you have to scroll all the way back down. Real pain in the butt type thing. But let's just do this. All right, so we're going to, now, I really don't want these, so I better not buy them, right? Right. Okay. And all right, I'll just add that, and I'm going to add that, and where we're at here. Okay. All right, well, here it is. Here's my original order. I'm at 520. I'm still in the shopping cart. I had to go through this a whole different way, believe me. All right, so let's do here, view cart. All right, we got a lot of stuff in here, okay? So, proceed to checkout. This is fun, isn't it? Or is this just not the most enjoyable thing you've ever done? I can understand why. All right, look at this now. So there's 520. It's now down to 345. 345. Now that's pretty good. Yeah, man, I just sold out of a bunch of stuff. Oh, the Herbie Hancock South Side. Oh, lucky I got those already. All right, we're going to continue. I better not buy this a second time, or I'm going to really be pissed, because probably to try to refund this is bad. Okay, so now here we go. You have 532 in credit, okay? If I apply this, now look at this, you have 532 in credit. If I apply this, it said 325, remember that? If I hit that, it used 5,322 points. It did not give me credit. I only have 95 bucks left. And really, actually, my total, because a couple of those things we didn't have, was 437. But you saw in the previous thing, it was $345. It's charging me full price, or 20% off price, shall we say. I cannot get the 40% discount using my store credit that I paid for. Now that's not right. It truly is not right. So we're just going to cancel that. Take that back out because I want to keep it. So now, all right, I wanted to do that. Let's back out of here. I'm going to go get out of the shopping cart. Okay. I'm not going to continue the shipping, so hold on here. Okay, we're back down. Now I'm back down to, look at that, $345. Now it took 400 and some, so by using store credit, I have to pay over $100 more, which is really nuts, all right? Quite honestly, it's not right. If it's on sale, then you shouldn't be penalized for using the money you've already spent. Okay, so now, here's the thing. Is there any other way? That's the only spot in which I could use my store credit, but I can't use it all. So this is frustrating, and um, it really makes no sense at all. So, but now we're going to look at another issue. Now, Buy Me Please box sets. Actually, when I a few months back, I tried to buy a box set, and I think it was this one here that I was kind of interested in, the history of Blue Note. And when I went to check out, it was pretty difficult. Now, they have Buy Me Please does have great box sets, and I mean I really like them, and I got a few of them. We got the history of Blue Note, the story of Impulse, you can pre-order. Grateful Dead, pre-order. Story of Cadet label. The Vanguard label, the story of that. Memphis Rap. We have Waylon Jennings box set. The Comedy Store. This seems kind of a whatever. And then, you know, here's kind of what you get on there. Really looks nice. If I go into back catalog, and I think here, oh, that is the back catalog. Got the Samrock, and we have, here we go, Quincy Jones and Philadelphia International. So there's some real nice stuff. And right now, 20% off, which is, they're really having a hell of a sale here. So let's look at this. Let's just see how easy this is, okay? So we're going to go, here's the Blue Note, and not all those albums I really need, but it's nice. It's how they make these box sets is very cool. So let's just hit that, okay? And we're going to think about it because that's what we do. Oh, we're going to get a look at it. Yeah, all right, this looks really neat. Okay, so we're here. So I'm going to look at my shopping cart. So I got we got a box set there, $2.99. We saw that it was originally $3.49. That's for non-members, but now I'm a member, so proceed to checkouts. And this is new, and I am happy to see this because I tried to use this before on a box set and didn't come out. And so it does say I do have some credit here, which is good. It says only 233 bucks. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, if I use it, it's going to take, I'll have $233 left in credit. So 300, you know, okay, do the math. So I would get, you know, the member price to $2.99 on that. Obviously, that 20% off sale is not part of box sets. This is easy, and this I can understand, and I'm getting my money, and I may have to do that again. You know, I don't want to buy something just because, you know, you want to buy something because you really want it. But I am nervous about losing $500 through this company if something were to go wrong. But box sets have been corrected. And, you know, it had been in the description that box sets aren't included. And when you read through Reddit, there's a lot of people griping about that. Another person had said it was, you know, it was very hard to use credit when buying albums. But if they checked out as guest, suddenly you're able to find credit. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But this is a good point. So I'm going to re-look at these box sets and just see is there something I need. So a recap. Box sets, you can now easily use store credit. And bravo, that's great. Now I have to look, maybe that Impulse box set. There's Pharoah Sanders and Alice Coltrane. I have a hard time listening to them, but some of the other ones are good, and maybe I'll like them. That's the thing about exploring, just $349 worth of exploring. But I got store credit, better than losing store credit. The sale items, though, still, I would lose all my credit to get them, and I have to pay full price, and I'm not able to get a sale price with my store credit. That's wrong. That's not how it should work. And yeah, so it was very hard. Now, last night I was having a terrible time even finding out how to get any kind of credit. Finally, I found it. I mean, I was working on this. I was using my phone at first, then I was using an iPad, then I used the laptop. How can I find this thing? And 2 hours I could have been listening to records. I was trying to figure out Vinyl Me Please. Uh, then finally I got it, so it came up with some store credit. But then, to my shocking dismay, I couldn't, you know, I wasn't getting the full sale price. I was getting the 20% off, just not the 40%. So, uh, again, I've been there since 2017. Vinyl Me Please, and for the most part, happy. Though lately, most of the records of the month I don't take anymore. In fact, I gotta do this next one. I don't need Black Moses. So I have a copy. It's a used copy, but I don't listen to it. So why do I want to spend a whole bunch more? So there's some more store credit popping in. Yay. Uh, yeah, it's my last. I may totally drop this. Like, quality's fine. I don't mind it. I've got some cool rap stuff that I've wanted. But if I just keep putting stuff onto store credit because I can't find anything else, is it really worth it? So uh, that's what I got. Vinyl Me Please. A club that I thought was really great. It seems to lost its way. It's all these albums that maybe it's just for younger people. I might be too old for Vinyl Me Please. Though all these albums of these groups that I've never heard of, they don't make many of them, and they're at 40% off, so no one else seems to really be caring about them. So, something to think about. So, thanks for watching this. Kind of a ramble, put together kind of thing. There's a lot of editing in this. So, I do appreciate it. And drop by on Sunday for the early morning Sunday show.